My first exposure to Aristotle was through a friend of mine, an older classmate in high school. I think that's very fitting because Aristotle also has a famous discussion of friendship. He was so excited about Aristotle and loved reading him, and he shared his love with me. I just fell in love with his way of discussing things. He was taking these extraordinary truths and talking about them in such a simple and down-to-earth way that made it very approachable and made a virtuous life very real. Aristotle's most famous discussion of the virtue of moderation occurs in his Ethics, but if you read his works as a whole, you can see that it's really a theme that connects everything he talks about. He talks about moderation in ethics as a particular virtue that's related to physical material pleasures. So things like food and drink and sex and other natural goods that become dangerous when we consume them or pursue them in excess. They are good desires and they're natural. But if we allow them to control us instead of us controlling those desires, then they can be detrimental to us, to our health and to our humanity. His discussion of virtue as a whole is also one of moderation, because he talks about every virtue as a mean between an excess and a deficiency. So one of his most famous examples would be that of courage, which he defines as a mean between the extremes of rashness and cowardice. When I first started reading Aristotle's Ethics in the Honors College, it was for my spring semester of freshman year, which meant we were also approaching the liturgical season of Lent. And my professor decided that for extra credit within the class, we would do a virtue project. So the particular thing that I focused on was I was going to limit my social media consumption for those couple of weeks. And then because it continued into Lent, I was like, well, why not continue and make this my fast for Lent? So it helped me to realize that moderation isn't just about getting rid of something or taking something out, but it's about getting rid of a bad habitual use of something and replacing it with a better one. And that is also the wisdom that Holy Mother Church brings to Lent. Just throughout the course of the year, we have become lazy in the pursuit of the good. And it's a time to reorient and refocus our lives on what is good and what is true. It can be difficult, and Aristotle doesn't say that moderation will be easy, but after Lent comes Easter. So the trials of giving up certain things is all about refocusing toward the good and making our lives centered on what is good and true, instead of putting other lower goods in the place of the ultimate good. Aristotle's discussion of moderation is very Christian, and I don't want to canonize a pre-Christian philosopher, but there's a reason that the Church has used Aristotle in its theology since the days of Thomas Aquinas. He is very in touch with natural law and the truth that is written on our hearts and in nature and in creation. And so I would just say don't be afraid to read Aristotle, because he is something that is very approachable and very human,